Welcome back to another weekly episode of the Real Estate Roundup. I'm Pat Davish with OCNJHomes.com.
And I'm Haenn with Burger Realty.
Every week we look at Ocean City's top new listings and give you our insights on why we like these properties. Craig, you want to start us off?
So this week we are starting off with the Nantucket condos. This is 9 Madaket Court. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, first floor condo. Just under 900 square feet of living space. If you're not familiar with Nantucket condominiums, it's off the Bay Landings neighborhood, just off of Bay Avenue. Cross street from the bird sanctuary, adjacent to the airport. It's a pretty cool location.
You nailed it.
Very well maintained, has newer appliances. There's a private patio out back. You have 2 assigned parking spots. There is a community pool which is being completely redone right now, so it's going to have a brand new pool. Probably not in time for this summer, maybe towards like August. But new pool, new clubhouse. The asking price is $529,900. I like this one a lot because it's Nantucket condos are a nice community, nice complex. And it's a good price. For
I agree. I mean, the Nantucket condos are, they don't trade very often. They usually go pretty quick. It's a very highly desired condominium. The fees are relatively low. Right now with the pool assessment, I saw there was a $90 bump in their monthly assessment. I think it brought them to like $570 or something. $570 up until 2032, then it drops back down to $480. So those are pretty reasonable HOA fees for everything that you're getting there. It's very well maintained, very well ran, with a pool in a nice area.
Yes, and that's a question I've got about the airport. You know, it's not a commercial airport; it's a private airport. You know, it's for people with little puddle jumpers, so it's not a ton of activity. And actually, it's quite nice to sit there and see, you know, one of those planes land there or helicopter.
Yeah, the activity there, it's good. It's nice to watch it. It's not overly busy. You do have planes coming in and out at times, but like you said, they're private planes and kind of neat to watch.
And you can do weekly rentals here too.
Oh yeah. The second one, we're jumping down into the south end at 5011 Haven Avenue. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, second floor condo. It's a very large unit, just under 1,800 square feet of living space. Very quiet neighborhood. It does need updating. It is original from 2005 with a lot of, I would say, custom colors in there. It has a very large deck with bay views. You're overlooking the intracoastal waterway there. You have a large garage, and the asking price is $1,100,000, which I think is a little high for a 3-bedroom. I haven't had a chance to walk this yet, but with that amount of square footage, I almost have a feeling that you could probably get another bedroom out of it. You're going to have to do some updating here, even though it's livable, but I mean, it's going to need some updating.
I like this one a lot for its location. You know, I don't think that's an amenity that's second to none. Just sitting out there on your deck and watching the sunset. It is a big 3-bedroom. I was just checking. I do think it has an elevator, right?
Does it?
Let's see. This does come with an elevator.
It does.
So It does have an elevator. It's, 1,750 square feet, which even at a 4-bedroom, that was a 4-bedroom, that's a large 4-bedroom garage. Like you said, it is original 2005, but it's only 10 years old.
Yeah.
So it has a lot, it's a newer build that you can fix up. And again, sitting on that deck, overlooking the coastal and the sunset views, quiet neighborhood, it's just, this one I sent to a lot of people.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to walk it. I put it on my list to actually get through this week to see entirely what it needs. But I even overlooked the elevator. I mean, that's an added bonus as well. To justify that number actually, kind of makes sense now. You have the square footage to probably make 4 bedrooms. Could you? I don't know. I don't know the layout, but I really like that unit as well.
Yeah, it's a good spot. All right, next on the list, now we're going into the gardens. This is 241 Crescent Road. This is a classic Ocean City single-family home. It's a 3-bedroom, 1.5 bathrooms, 1,500 square feet of living space. It's on a huge 70-foot by 120-foot lot. It's been very well maintained and taken care of by the owners. What I like about it has that large fencing yard and off-street parking. It is walking distance to the beach, the inlet, and North Street Park. The asking price is $1,475,000, and it is. I just think it's a good price for a livable house.
Yeah, for a nice home. I mean, we just saw a property on Wesley Road go to a developer at $1.3 million. So to keep it away from, this is ready for an end user. It's a great beach cottage. It's been lovingly well maintained throughout the years. Could use some updating for sure, but it's ready for an end user. And if it was any lower, and even at this number, I don't know. You know,
I think these are the original owners and the people that built this house. It's been in their family forever.
Oh wow!
Like one of the original Ocean City families,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think it's becoming too much for them to maintain. And right here's someone you could buy. It's ready for an end user.
Yeah.
You know, buy it, live with it, and then you could design slammer of a house.
Sure.
Or add on to it.
Or add on it because you have a huge backyard.
Huge backyard,
You can add
just
on the
so
top
nice.
or go back. But a lot of opportunities at that price point. If you were to build new, you would still have some equity, even if you're going to build new. But for a developer, I think the margins would be a little tight. But who's to say? This just hit yesterday. I'd be surprised if a developer did pick it up, but I think it's a perfect spot for an end user.
And I think the sellers, they want to go after an end user.
Mhm.
I think they'd like to see someone to keep it and love it like they did.
Yeah. Now we're moving back into the Ocean City Homes neighborhood, back in the south end. Another quiet neighborhood here at 112 Dory Drive. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-family home, Cape Cod style single-family home. Over 1,600 square feet of living space on a 50 by 94 lot. The house has been beautifully updated throughout. You have multiple living areas, upgraded kitchen, a large fenced-in yard, expansive deck and patio with water views, and then your walking distance to Crescent State Park, the beach, and the playground at 52nd Street. And this is listed for $1,650,000. I really like this property. They did a wonderful job. They took the barn style property there and completely renovated upstairs. They have cathedral ceilings, upgraded kitchen. It's they did a really nice job. Really unique property, and you got great views from that spot.
Yeah, we have some good picks this week.
We
have
did.
some good properties.
We did. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these were gone.
Yeah,
after the
I mean,
weekend.
right. Dory Drive, this is a very desired part of Ocean City Homes on that side of the street there. They don't come up very often. When they do, is typically, they're off market, someone within the neighborhood buying it.
Especially on that side of the street.
On that side of the street, it has a little bike path out the back, great views. You can walk down the old train tracks there to the bay. Yeah, and the house is gorgeous. And a developer bought one back on Dory, and apparently it's already under contract.
Yeah,
they were asking like $2.99 million. So even at this price, you're almost getting it for land value.
Yeah. I mean, the views are unmatched. It's a very quiet area. It's a very unique area. Just like you said, you can walk on the train tracks, go check out the bay. It's a very quiet neighborhood. Large streets, bigger lots, playground around the corner. Still very, very close to the beach. We've been saying it for a while, but OC Homes neighborhood is a hidden gem, and I think it's starting to come out more and more. We're seeing the property values down in that end creep up. We're seeing more new construction pick up down there as well. So, but this is a great property that was renovated and a really unique spot.
Yeah, and I think they started at a good price. I think they could have pushed that number a little higher, but starting where they did, it's very attractive. And again, I imagine this one's probably going to get picked off soon.
Yeah, I agree.
So the last one we're showcasing today is 2012 Glenwood Road. This is an open bayfront home in the Riviera section. It's 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, brand new construction, over 4,000 square feet of living space. This is built by Elcon Custom Homes. We've featured a couple of their properties in the past. They built a really nice house, top of the line. It's on a large 50 to 100 foot lot, high-end finishes throughout, upgraded millwork, cabinetry, appliances, multiple living areas, multiple decks. It has an in-ground pool, a dock with a boat slip, and again, this is on the open bay. This is Glenwood. It is just, your sunsets, great location, and the asking price is $9,450,000.
Woo!
You say, woo! Well, we showcased those other two in last week's video talking about the garden, right next to the yacht club, and they were at 11.5 and 14.9.
Is here in a much more secluded neighborhood.
Yep.
But you're still in the open bay, and honestly, I kind of like the open bay towards this end. It's a little less activity. You're away from the inlet, so it's not ripping as hard. If you have the kids jumping in, you're not as worried that they're going to get taken away by the tide at times. But we've featured Elcon's properties, and they're a step above. They really do. The upgraded millwork throughout the properties really stand out. They have features that really other properties don't have, that we haven't seen in this area. They come fully furnished, designed by professional interior designers. They just really stand out, and the prices at first can shock you, but when you walk in, they truly stand out, and you understand why and where they're coming from on these prices.
There's a value. Mm-hmm. You could buy a lesser built house for a lower price, but then you're going to end up to accomplish what they had, you'll probably spend more.
Yeah.
And we're seeing now the Bay on the Lagoons back there, properties that are selling 6 to 7 million on the lagoon that aren't brand new, new work, but here you have brand new top of line everything
on the open bay.
On Glenwood, which a developer just bought one back there down for what, $3.5 million.
$3.5 million
just for the ground.
To do the same thing right here.
Yeah.
So I would expect it to come out around the same.
So all great picks this week. I mean, this is one that it was a little bit of everything. We weren't typically focused on like the 4-bedroom condo, 3-bedroom house. Yep. This is all very unique properties, something we haven't seen in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's true. And we even started at like the entry starting point, price point, up to uber luxury new construction home. All great areas, really stood out. We are seeing the inventory, in my opinion, creep up a little bit, but I think with the tariffs talks quieting down a little bit, we're seeing a little more activity as well.
Yes, you're definitely still seeing stuff selling. And it's stuff like this that's unique, that doesn't come along. There's people that have been waiting for properties like this for years.
Yep.
They haven't seen it, now here it is. And the one thing I hear from clients is they regret not doing when they did it. Mm-hmm. You never hear about the people who bought it and they regret it later. It's the people who didn't buy it regret it.
Now's the time.
Yes. So that's going to wrap us up for another weekly episode of our Real Estate Roundup. We appreciate you guys for tuning in every week. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that fantastic stuff. Again, I'm Haenn with Berger Realty.
And I'm Pat Davish with OCNJhomes.com.
We'll see you guys next week.